What's up, YouTube? Me and my buddy Matt, we're out here at our deer camp. We call it the ranch. He's building a new food plot, a new kill plot. I'm gonna take you guys around and show you what you got. Back over here, running from way down there, there's a lake way over there. You can see the lake in the opening over there. There's a creek that runs. It's about 10 feet wide. It runs all the way down through here. And there's a lot of wetlands and bottom area in there where them big bucks like to bed up. And then running back down through here is a fence road that goes all the way down. Take you back in here and show you what he's been doing. He's been working his butt off for about a week over here, cutting trees, cleaning trees, getting bit by black snakes, tearing up chainsaws, trying to run with it. Snake almost ate him up. He said it was a black mamba, but I told him we don't have those in Arkansas. I think he's seen it on Discovery Channel and he just thought that's what got him. That fence row runs all the way down. And then once you get past this thick area in here, it opens up, but it's a big field. It's an old grown up pasture, so there's a whole lot of brush, buckbrush, tons of does bed. All out on this side is doe bedding. And then all out on this side, over there in the bottoms and all that wetland is where the bucks were bedding up. We found them in there last year. We got quite a few of them on camera coming from there over to some corn piles we had back in here. Matt and them guys, Matt and Brooks, hunted one of the box stands back over this way in late season, and they seen this big crab claw 8-point that we were watching. They didn't kill him. He wasn't big enough for them. I'd have put an arrow deep in his ass if I'd have been over there. But anyway, Matt, he's got this right here. I'll show you guys. He's building all this. He got his tiller and his tractor. He's still taking it out back that way a little more. He's gonna leave all them briars and all that thick brush. He's gonna leave it over here as a screen, so any of the people that travels through our deer camp going down them roads, they can't see in here. And then back up in right straight over that side by side, and there's a big doe bedding area. So he ought to do pretty good right here. He's building a box stand at his house for bow hunting. The bow hunt out of it looks like the Taj Mahal. I went over and looked at it last night. It's pretty awesome. I still ain't figured out how he thinks I'm gonna help him load that up on his trailer. But right back in this hole right here, kind of between those bigger trees and this bigger tree, we're gonna bury that box stand back up in there. And then he's got his access. He's gonna till up an access to come in so he can be walking on nice quiet ground. We can walk in, come in straight from back here, leave all these briars for screening us. And these deer, if he's in this field, they'll never know it. And then that's what he'll be looking at right there. It's gonna be a pretty good one. He's just trying to hurry up and get it planted up. He ain't decided what he's gonna put in here. He does all of our food plots. He's a food plot mastermind. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. We got a couple more we're gonna go look at, and we'll put them on here and send them over to you. Appreciate it. All right, guys, we're over here at the Copperhead. Me and Matt, he's back here. What's up? He's getting some natural AC, otherwise known as shade. So we're over here at the Copperhead spot. This is one of our kill plots. We got beans planted over here. So all this stuff you see right here that's dead, this is all new area. We started from where that fence is right there, all the way around. Matt came and cleared this out for me while he was home, and I was at work one day, making this a little bigger. Everything you see inside this fence over here is what we made last year. And so what we did is we wanted to see what worked best for us. So this is all beans planted in here. Believe it or not, that tree right there, that cedar tree, that tree right there, and there's like a little plum tree. When we came in here and built this last year, you couldn't see any of them trees. If you look up in these trees right here and you see all these, I don't know if you can see them or not, but all these hanging briars, this whole entire thing was a briar patch. You could, all the way to the top of them trees right there. And we came in here and knocked all the briars down and did all the work. So what we wanted to show you is the difference in what we've seen when we did the no-till versus the till and all that. So here's what we got. From this tree straight across this way is what we tilled. Beans are, I don't know, they're probably 8 inches tall. There's plenty of them. Right here in this area where they're really thick, there's grass that I couldn't get to till up with our disc. And I guess the grass is keeping the water from washing and holding the moisture, so the beans grew a lot better in that one area. But there's plenty of beans in here on this side. But over here, from this tree, this tree line, this way, this was the no-till section. I mean, yeah, the no-till section. These beans are growing like crazy. And I'll show you right down here now. The only thing that's kind of deceiving versus the till and the no-till is under these trees, because these trees all had briars way up on them. That's like a little pear tree. So Matt came and he put, what'd you put under there? Miracle Grow or fertilizer or something?
Fruit tree fertilizer.
He put fruit tree fertilizer under these trees. And you can see what the beans have done around the fruit tree fertilizer. Even this tree right here, you can see. So I've already had to come in here twice and raise my fence up right there. But this is about a little half acre, maybe a little less than a half acre kill plot. But last year when Matt built this food plot, it went from right here all the way up to there, to where Matt's at right now. I don't know if you can see him or not, but it was about a little more than a half acre. We had beans in here that were probably 30 inches tall, probably 30 inches. And 2 weeks before bow season, or 3 weeks before bow season, the deer decided to come in here and eat them, and they ate every bean we had. So as soon as season opened up, we had no beans to hunt over. So that's when I decided I'm putting up this deer fence, and so far it's working pretty good. Now you can see right here where there's no deer fence, you can see they're nipping them all off. They haven't ate the ones under the tree over there, but all of this stuff right here looked just like that last week. So they definitely will eat your beans as they're growing. Hungry little rascals. So anyway, we got one more. I don't know if we're gonna make it up there today or not. Matt still got some work to do, and I gotta go help my sister out with some things. We got one more we're gonna show you that I don't know if it's, we can't figure out what got in there and ate them, but we had beans up there about 6 inches tall. It's a new spot that we didn't have any soil improvements. That's the other thing we want to tell you. All this stuff you see right here, Matt put probably, how many pounds of lime last year?
Oh, probably 3,000 or 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, he put about 3,000 or 4,000 pounds of lime in this area last year. And these beans were planted basically the same time as the ones up there in the other plot. The ones up there in the other plot, before something came in there and ate them, were only about 3 inches tall. It only has 320 pounds of lime put on it. So we just ran out of time and lime this year. Also, what we have right here is this is a mineral site. Water flows down through here like this. So I put a mineral site right here. They've been wearing it out. We don't buy minerals and pour them on the ground like by Whitetail Institute or any of that. We buy the mixtures, and we dig the hole about 10 or 12 inches, stir all the dirt up, and then pour our stuff in, stir it up, pour it in, stir it up, about 3 different bags. Then we put in a water hole. We're trying to give them everything they need right here. We have our deer stand. It's right over here. So we usually put a deer stand, we usually put a hang on, and we're trying to do a hang on and a tent blind this year, because that way we can hunt in the rain or not the rain. But right up there is our bow stand. So what we have around us is about, I'd say from right here, probably 200 yards that way, straight across the food plot is our property line. It goes straight down. There's a couple guys that hunt over there. They have some corn feeders out, but they come in from the other side. Up here on this side of the food plot, no one else is allowed to hunt up here but one guy. Matt Casey has his spot up here. My other spot is straight down that way. So it's a ridge line all the way across up here. And we're running down here. We're on about the third level from the bottom up. So all the bucks that we've seen in the past, they're running this way. So our food plot's here. The bucks you can see, you'll see on some of the cameras, they usually come in from this side. A lot of doe bedding up here on top of the ridge, and the bucks will bed on the sides down through there from what we found in the past. So the other food plot is about, how many yards you think it is from here to the rut stand?
714.
714? So it's 714 yards from here to the rut stand. And all down the side of this big ridge that runs down here, it runs this way. Our other spot is, well, we got this one, and then straight that direction is our other one on the same side of this ridge. So we have all of those little pinch points, and there's some little funnels through there, and there's some a couple of little ledges that we've noticed where the deer were bedding and using. Me and Matt walked through it after season last year and found some good rub lines and some scrapes and stuff. So we're going to strategically set up some bow stands in between these two food plots. If the deer are coming in here on camera after dark, then obviously we're not going to hunt here. We're going to hunt in between the doe bedding and the food plot, and then when the rut starts, we'll be getting on the pinch points and the funnels, hunting the doe bedding. Prior to the rut, we're going to be just hunting where we can find those buck beds. And then there's a couple spots where I wanted to show you guys. Last year and the year before, was trying to kill this couple of deer, and they kept getting on camera in the daytime every day, like clockwork. They was on camera in the morning, on camera in the evening. So get in there and try to kill them, and they wouldn't show up. So I made up my mind. They figured me out before I figured them out. And then so I got pissed off, and I started trying to figure out what were they doing. How in the hell did they figure me out? Because I would come in from every direction that was legal. I can't get on the neighbor's property, but we would come in from every direction that we could, and or that I could, and still, I mean, we had deer, we had good deer that we were seeing, or I was seeing, but nothing, not the ones we were trying to kill. So we did some scouting, and I had to call Matt and tell him, look what these shitheads did. We literally found we found two beds. One on this end back here where I was hunting. The year before we had this plot, so 2 years ago, back this way, I'll show you guys. And then all the way down there where I was hunting a deer called Pretty Boy, he stayed in the area. He was there all day, all night. Like, he should have been easy to kill. And every time I would hunt, he wouldn't show up. Every time I wouldn't be there, he'd show up. I had 3 or 4 buck beds over there that we had found, and we thought they were bedded up. Well, he figured me out, and he moved his buck bed, and when I found it, he literally put a bed where he could watch me when I was circling around, thinking I was tricking his ass and coming in from the backside. He literally was laying in a spot where he could watch all 3 ways that I was coming in and out. And all I can figure is when I was coming in, he was going out. And we found his bed, and we're going to switch things up on him this year. We found this little trick where he found our tricks, and we're going to switch him around this year. We really need to get him because he's got a broke leg. I'm surprised the coyotes didn't get him this winter. It was a beautiful, beautiful 8-point last year. This year, he's still a good deer, but he's a little bit messed up. Not too bad, but that's why we wanted to put all those minerals out, hoping we could, and we fed him all winter last year, hoping that we could overcome his injury, and hopefully he would, make it through the winter, and he did. Literally, he was the easiest deer to spot this year because he had the same knot on his leg. His horns are growing good. He's still beautiful. Still going to be a trophy, especially since he tricked my ass last year. I thought I was a deer killer, but I was a deer teacher. Anyway, we'll get back with you when we get over here to the other spots.